IELTS speaking, topic borrowing or lending. Questions 1. Do you often lend things to others? Answer. I am pretty generous when it comes to sharing, especially with close friends. If someone needs something like a book or a tool or something, I'm happy to pass it on for a while. It feels good to lend a hand to those who matter. Questions 2. Is it easy for you to borrow things from others? Answer. It's not something I do often, but when necessary, I don't mind asking for small items like a charger, and I try to return things quickly after I used it, just to avoid any misunderstanding and maintain a good relations. Questions 3. What was the last thing you borrowed? Answer. The most recent thing I needed was my neighbor's ladder. I was doing some home repairs, changing bulb lamp, and instead of buying a new one, I just borrowed it for a few hours and returned it the same day. It saved me a lot of hassle. Question 4. Do you know someone who does not like lending things? Answer. My cousin is quite hesitant when it comes to sharing his gadget. He is had a bad experience when something got damaged, so now he is more cautious and rarely lets anyone borrow his stuff. Question 5. Is there something you would never lend to anyone? Answer. I'm quite protective of my phone. It's such a personal item, I guess. And with all of the private data on it, I would rather not hand it to anyone, no matter how close we are. Some things are just too important to risk. Topic airplanes. Questions 1. Do you enjoy flying in airplanes? Answer. Absolutely. I find it exciting to be up in the clouds, watching the world below shrink, and there is something thrilling about takeoff, even though it can be a bit nerve-wracking for some. Plus, the views from the window are unbeatable. Questions 2. When was the first time you flew on a plane? Answer. It was when I was about 20, I think, on a trip with my family, and I remember being so curious about everything, from the in-flight meals to the safety instruction, and the best part was seeing the clothes up close for the first time. Questions 3. Do you think flying is comfortable? Answer. Mostly it does, but sometimes it depends. Short flights are not too bad, but long ones can get a bit rusty, especially if there is not enough leg room. And that said, I usually keep myself entertained with a good book or a movie, so time flies, pun intended. Questions 4. Do you know someone who dislikes airplanes? Answer. My cousin Sam cannot stand flying. She gets super anxious during takeoff and prefer road trips over flights any day. And I try to help her relax, but it's just not her thing. Okay. Question 5. What would you like to do on your next flight? Answer. I would love to fly business class one day. It would be amazing to stretch out, relax, and enjoy the perks that come with it. It's definitely on my bucket list for future trips, just that my pocket is not agreeing right now. Topic winter. Questions 1. How do you feel about the winter? Answer. I absolutely love it. The chilly air and the cozy nights are just perfect for me. It's time when I can wear my favorite sweaters and drink hot chocolate by the fire. It feels so refreshing after the summer heat. Question 2. What do you usually do during winter? Answer. I mostly enjoy staying indoors with a warm blanket and good book, and I also like going for a short walk when it snows, just to enjoy the peacefulness. And sometimes I even build snowmen with my friends if there is enough snow around. Yeah, that's very fun moment. Question 3. Have you ever faced any difficulties because of the cold? Answer. For sure. Some days it gets so cold that my hands freeze up even with gloves on. I've also had my car break down once because of the low temperatures, which was not fun at all. Still, I managed to get by with enough layers. Questions 4. Do you know someone who does not like winter? Answer. My brother is not a fan at all. He complains about the cold and prefer to travel somewhere warmer during this time. And while I'm enjoying the snow, he's dreaming of tropical beaches. Question 5. What would you like to do next winter? Answer. I would love to try skiing. I've never done it before, but it seems like such a fun activity. If not, maybe a trip to a cabin in the mountains where I can enjoy the snowy scenery would be great too. Topic invention. Questions 1. Who should support inventors? The government or private companies? Answer. In my opinion, both state bodies and corporations should offer assistance to innovators. Authorities are well placed to fund initiatives aimed at a public welfare, such as medical research, whereas businesses can back projects with a commercial potential, and ultimately it depends on the type of creation and how it benefits society. Questions 2. Do all inventions benefit the world? Answer. To be honest, not every breakthrough is advantageous for mankind. While countless advancements have brought progress and some have caused serious harm, like dangerous weapons, it largely hangs on how the creation is utilized. Certain development drive progress, while others lead to adverse effects. Questions 3. What other inventions have made the world a better place? Answer. If I'm not mistaken, innovation like a global network, electrical power, and aviation have transformed our life for the better, and they have enhanced connectivity, mobility, and efficiency in everyday tasks. Without this, modern society wouldn't be as advanced or well connected as right now. Question 4. What invention could be improved? Answer. I would say there is always scope for bettering existing innovation. For instance, transportation could be made swifter and more eco-friendly, while gadgets could be designed to be more durable, and further advancements are essential to keep up with today's evolving needs. Question 5. Do only scientists invent things? Answer. As far as I know, new ideas don't exclusively come from researchers. Many groundbreaking concepts have originated from regular people who encountered problems in daily life, and some of the most notable innovations were made by individuals who were not part of the scientific community. Topic Summer. Questions 1. How do you feel about summer? Answer. I really enjoy it. The warm days always put me in a good mood. It's like a lot of sunlight, right? It's a great time to be outside and just relax with friends or family, chit-chat, and plus, the longer daylight hours make it feel like you can do so much more and make us healthy. Questions 2. What do you usually do during the summer often? Answer. I often spend time at the beach or have barbecues with the friends and family. It's also the perfect time for a long walk in the evening when it cools down a bit, and sometimes I even take spontaneous road trips to enjoy the weather. Question 3. Have you ever faced any challenges because of the heat? Answer. Definitely. Sometimes the heat gets too much, especially in the afternoons. I find myself staying indoors or grabbing something cold to cool down, and if it's too humid, it can be made the day feel even longer and boring. Question 4. Do you know someone who does not enjoy summer? Answer. My friend Sam cannot stand it. He's always complaining about the heat and would rather stay inside with the AC on all day. And he jokes that the winter is his favorite time because at least you can layer up. You know why. Question 5. What would you like to do the next summer? Answer. I would love to go camping in the mountains. It's always cooler up there, right? And it's a nice way to escape the summer heat for a bit. I've been thinking of trying some water sports too, like a paddleboarding. Topic difference in urban and rural areas. Questions 1. What are the differences between the city and the countryside? Answer. If I'm not wrong, cities are significantly more advanced in terms of infrastructure and facilities like hospitals and schools. On the other hand, rural areas offer a more relaxed environment with a cleaner air and a fewer people, but they may lack some of the convenience urban areas provide. While urban life can be hectic with the more career options, and the countryside tends to be peaceful and less crowded. Questions 2. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in the countryside? Answer. One major benefit of residing in rural regions is the tranquility and the fresh environment, which really appeals to those who seek a slower pace of life. However, the downside is that facilities like hospitals, school, and job opportunities are often quite limited, which can be a challenge for some, especially for families who may need better access to services. Questions 3. What kind of people would like to stay in the countryside? Answer. I would say that individuals who enjoy a relaxed, slow-paced lifestyle and appreciate nature would be drawn to such areas, and those who want to escape the pressure of urban life might prefer this type of environment, where there is more peace and quiet, and although they might miss the variety of activities a city offers. Question 4. Do people go to the countryside to travel or to live? Answer. Most of the time, people visit rural areas for short trips to relax or enjoy nature, like healing themselves from the crowded of the urban city. However, there has been a growing trend of individuals moving permanently to these places for a calmer, less stressful way of living and away from the hustle and bustle of the city life. And they often find the simplicity of rural living quite rewarding. Question 5. Why do some people move from city to rural areas and some people choose to leave urban areas? Answer. Maybe because they are looking for a better quality of life, which includes less stress, more space, and healthy environment, fresh air, the green scenery, the ideas of having more personal time, and avoiding the fast-paced life of cities is appealing. But they may also face challenges like limited access to certain services or jobs. Topic headphones. Questions 1. Do you use headphones often? Answer. Definitely. I wear them all the time, especially when I'm working or commuting. They help me stay in my own little world and focus, and whether I'm listening to music, podcasts, or just trying to drown out the noise around me. Questions 2. What do you usually listen to with your headphones? Answer. I am mostly into soothing music, but I also enjoy audiobooks. Sometimes I also created one of them. When I am in the mood for something different, it's the perfect way to relax or keep myself entertained during a long walk. Question 3. Have you ever had any issues with headphones? Answer. Oh, plenty. Either the sound quality drops or one earbud just stopped working out of the blue. And once, I even got tangled in the cord, which was a bit embarrassing. So I have switched to wireless now. Problem solved. Question 4. Do you know anyone who does not like using headphones? Answer. Actually, my brother avoids them. He says they make him feel disconnected from everything around him. He prefers to play music out loud, and which I don't mind, unless it's too loud. Question 1. What kind of headphones would you like to try in the future? Answer. I would love to get one of those high-end noise-canceling ones. They look super comfy, and I can only imagine how peaceful it must feel to block out every little distraction, especially on flight.